Close the windows, Gavin.
Yeah. Open the arrow.
Just a little bit too loud. Yeah.
Make sure it's locked up.
Okay.
The alarm won't set. Oh, perfect.
Yeah, I slid it across.
Pictures would be better if we can run.
Okay. Hey there, Hunter.
Hello. Thank you for setting up the computer.
Oh, you're welcome.
Oh, the guy in the light looks like my son. Thought it was Patrick.
So we're just gonna wait a few minutes. I'm not sure if Laura's coming in person or if she's gonna join us on Zoom. So
Okay. Oh, sure. Short agenda.
yeah. So I texted Dolores, but I haven't heard from her yet. So we'll see what she says.
Yeah. Does the committee chair need to be on the board? I know that we have other committees where the committee chair isn't part of UNNC directly. I'm just thinking if we need to, could we outsource?
Yeah, that's a good question. As normally the person doesn't, but for elections, I'm not quite sure if there's a protocol. I think the default is the president. So, you know, you have to, we're on YouTube, so we're streaming. So I'm kind of be careful what I'm saying. So if nothing else, then Paula would have to do it. It is one of those responsibilities. So, so I look. Do you remember what region the avenues are in? I didn't.
Is it 3 or let me see.
I thought it was 6, but then when I went in, I think there are 2 spots in 6, and I know that there's only 1 spot because Michael Kimbrough and I are on off years.
Yeah, it says the West Adams Avenues is region 3, and then Jefferson
okay.
Park and the bungalows is 6.
Okay, so but there's only 1 spot available in 3, right? It should just be 1 because Michael is.
Yeah, I believe so. I have that open though. Let me see. Area 3, yeah, just 1 seat open.
Yeah.
Did you see my email that I sent to everybody?
Yes. Yes, I did see it. And Laura mentioned that Marco may be renting from
you mentioned
someone
that
who has
time too. Yeah, so like a friend of hers, right? So he might be able to.
Right, Elizabeth. You may have remembered her from
yes.
some
Yes,
environmental. Yeah. So if that's the case, then he would like to, not that it can't be competitive, but he said that he could run for that slot.
Great. I mean, yeah, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, we can talk about this in the meeting, but
Yeah, we might just go ahead and get started. I don't know. I mean,
sure.
Yeah, we were just getting started. He's on Zoom.
Because you guys switched.
No, I told him that I would.
Yeah,
And
Mhm.
I've been on a film thing.
Yeah, I
So the
know.
last I heard was he was doing.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Hunter.
Hello. Yeah, I talked to Teresa earlier today and she said that she would
That's fine.
do it.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's all good. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna call this meeting to order, everybody. The chair of this committee, Eber Martinez, today resigned from the board. He has some family obligations and work obligations that have increased, so he's unable to not only chair this committee, but also be on the board at this time. So because we don't officially have a chair, I'm gonna say welcome. We're gonna take some general public comments, and then we're actually gonna go to agenda item number 5.
Is this agenda say it's a joint meeting of communications and elections?
Yes, it does.
So we
True.
do
We
chair.
have a chair. That's true.
Okay.
As a
We-
matter.
I mean, not that we have a whole ton, but could we at least go over the social assets and the website?
So we're gonna go ahead and call the meeting to order. Hi, how about we just do a really quick introduction?
Yeah, oh, sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm Teresa Leeson. I represent the West Adams Avenue on the board of the UNNC.
And I'm Laura Myers and I'm on the board of the UNNC and I'm at large representative.
I'm David Osei, and I'm also on the board of UNNC.
I'm Siobhan O'Neill Schwank and I just applied for the board seat for Region 4.
Okay, great. And then Hunter?
Hi, I'm Hunter. I am also an at-large board member and I'm the communications committee chair.
Why don't we just go over the agenda really quick, Hunter, and then I'll just toss it to you.
Great, sounds good.
Okay, so we did our welcome, call to order. We're gonna take general public comments. Hunter's gonna give us an update on the website and some of our social media outreach. We're gonna finalize the design elements, maybe, and we're gonna have a round robin discussion, and then we'll adjourn. So, any general public comments about items that are not on the agenda?
No,
No? Okay, tossing it to you, Hunter.
I've been working since 5 a.m. No.
Can you make me a co-host so I can share my screen?
Oh,
and
sure.
show some assets.
Let's see. So, just to update everybody. I'm gonna make you the co-host. How about that?
Yeah, that'd be perfect. I just
And then before you start, Teresa wants to update.
Yeah, David, and what's your name? Siobhan. Eber Martinez is the chair of this, was the chair of this committee. He has now resigned from the board. He has some family obligations and work commitments that have increased, so he is no longer on the board and he is not going to chair this committee. So we have, this committee is actually, we're lucky because it's a joint with
Joint meeting.
joint meeting, elections and communications. So Hunter can continue with the meeting. But we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do about elections and we can talk about that under agenda item round robin.
Okay. I will just cover this. I have a couple other things to talk about, but we can do that in round robin as well. So we'll just cover social assets and the website for now. Let me share my screen with everybody. Here we
And
go.
can you see the TV okay?
Mhm.
Can everybody see this?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
this was our initial poster that we were gonna have printed by Print Depot. Did we ever get those done? I know that Eber was supposed to go last weekend, but I'm not sure if he did.
I'm not sure. Can you make it just a little bit larger for the
Oh yeah,
folks in the
sure.
back?
Okay, so this would be the front page, and this would just be these would be like the postcards that we would send to people or pass out. Then we have 4 photos over here. This is going to be a little more flush, so that way it reaches that. But and then it has photos of events that we've done, just murals around this town, and also photos that we got from the previous photographer that we hired. So that would be the front, and then this would be the back with all the information, sort of telling people when elections are. I don't think, is it the 8th? I need to double check these dates, but I have that information there, and then our map that shows our map and where people can run per each region. I wanted to put a QR code on this, but I honestly didn't know like where exactly to send it to besides our website.
Yeah, we would send it to our website. Can I just say that it's 14 seats, not 6? When you scroll down, it says 6,
Well, 6 open seats.
now 14 open seats.
I probably wasn't counting the at large one.
QR
Right.
code probably should go to the direct download of the or well,
No,
no,
it's gonna go to the website.
And then we'll
Yeah.
send them to the.
Yeah, then we'll do that. Hunter, do we work with Ann to have the elections page activated on our website?
So I have that right here. So right now this is active on our site with the copy that I sent everyone along with our map as well. And it does also link right here. If you go sign up to run, you may declare your candidacy. If you click this, it'll bring you right to the link to apply.
Or to the downside, okay.
Right, so
I was going to oh yeah, Laura.
yeah, so by way of explanation, why we want to send people to our website is we want to tell them a little bit more about what their obligations would be as a board member, because the clerk's website is really silent on our emphasis on training and participating in activities and joining committees. So we want to at least tell people, or they might not read it, but we want to at least give them the opportunity to know what's expected before they then move on to. Thank you, honey. I'm
Yeah, no
done.
problem. And I'm gonna just continue updating this page. Like right now, we're in the get candidates phase, but once we get to the submit your or request your ballot phase, I will put that up top, and this will go. Obviously, the link and stuff will go away, but this will all go towards the bottom. So this information will still stay there, so people can see. But the newest information will be up on top.
And do we know if Hunter, if ever went to Home Depot?
I'm assuming not. If none of you know about
No,
it,
I'm assuming not. So do we, Hunter, what you just showed us, do we have that in print ready form?
so I sent this to Eber like a week and a half ago, and
Yeah,
that was the last I really heard of it. Honestly,
Is it in Canva right now, Hunter?
yeah, I am.
It's in Canva, okay.
What did we need to, what was he, I'm going to be checking it, because I remember him like briefly mentioning something in class. What was it that he was gonna check?
He was going to receive this design from Hunter and then submit it to Print Depot.
Just to get like approved or something, to kind of make sure.
well, and then to
Print
print
to
it.
print it.
Right.
This committee kind of does the proofing of it. And then I think, I don't know what
I
the budget
can,
is.
well, the budget, we have $1,500. But if we go over 1,000, it doesn't get paid very quickly, but I'm pretty sure Print Depot would give us the cards without me having to get paid.
Do we remember how many we wanted to get, Hunter? I can,
Not off the top of my head, but I know that we do have that. We must have that in the agenda packet from the
Yeah.
last meeting.
Yeah.
Right. Can I see the page 2 again, please?
And yeah, I'm happy to edit this. I'll definitely put the QR
Well, do
code.
we have our logo on it? That's what I can't see.
Okay, no.
That should be on, it can be on page 2. It doesn't have to be on the front. It can be on the back. And it can be little, but I think we need to have our logo. I can't see a thing. It's so bad. If I put my glasses on, I still can't see a thing.
Sorry, I can zoom in too. Do you want to see
Yeah.
this page?
No, you know what I can do? No, you don't have to cuddle me. Cause I can't, I'm not gonna be able to see it no matter what, cause
do you want to sit here, Laura?
Okay,
You can get up and just walk closer.
I
to
can look on the
television.
computer too,
Oh.
but it's okay. As I can see, he'll send it to us.
Yeah. So I can send this to you, and if you have any notes, let me know, and I'll edit it tomorrow or Thursday. And if we need to, I can definitely go print it off on like Friday. Or something.
Right, cause I think we need to, there's a few little things, but we don't need to
Yeah.
sit here and edit.
Yeah, and I really think what we need to do is get a chair, because if
Yeah.
Laura's running for office, I may still run for office, we
We're
cannot
all
be
running
involved.
for office.
Right,
Every
we
person in
cannot-
this room is running for office.
Oh, David, you are too?
Yeah.
Oh.
So we could at least go and get materials printed, couldn't we? Like we don't need a
Uh-huh.
chair.
Yeah, only because they've been approved already, more or less, the funding has been approved, so. yeah, but-
But
I
so
left-
technically, all of us can be on the committee. But I don't know whose rule it is. If it's our own rule that our chair shouldn't be running, then it's a little easier to move forward. But if it's a Department of Neighborhood Empowerment or clerk rule, which I think it is,
Yeah.
we absolutely have to move on to discuss who can.
Right, and even if it is
Chair.
our rule, I don't think we should violate it
Of
now just
course.
for convenience, so.
Well, it's not so much convenience
Well,
as we got sucker punched.
Okay. So
Um,
yes, this looks good, Hunter, I think Laura.
I
maybe
will
you
have a
can-
few tweaks. I mean, I think like, for example, is it otherwise a stakeholder, it's really, or is a community interest stakeholder. Example, and then we should define community interest
There's
stakeholder
no
on
room
the
for that
website.
anymore.
No, instead of or is otherwise a stakeholder, it'd be or is a community interest stakeholder. That would fit, but we can't define it. It's just that that's what the city phrase is. No, otherwise need not be there, or is
I see.
Yeah.
I grabbed that wording from, I believe, like the 2019 stuff, but
Yeah, but I mean, since then, there's been a city council motion and they call it, anyway. If
okay,
it's-
so I'm going to add our logo to this. I'm going to add a QR
Perfect.
code which leads to our website, and I left a lot of empty space on this page in case there needed to be any other additions. So
Right.
like I can make this all tighter and smaller if we need to add anything else. I'll send it to you, and if you come up with anything, let me know by Thursday. We'll see. We'll say.
Right,
Fair?
and then on Thursday or latest Friday, we have it as print ready, I can take it to Print Depot.
Okay.
I
Cool.
will-
Or you can.
I will do. take
Or
it.
you can take it.
Yeah, and I won't take it, I'll just actually email it to.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, David, are you on the committee too? Do you want to be part of this?
Yeah, I'm on the.
Yeah.
That's just.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
And Simone, are you,
I'm running.
you're running?
I know Siobhan
Okay.
because she came to City Hall to support some of our initiatives, but she lives.
No,
you know,
I
on
just wondering,
20th
should
Street.
is she on the committee too? Can she participate?
Anyone who wants to be on the committee can be on the committee. Do you want to be on the committee and participate? You can look over the materials.
We need people. We'd love that.
Okay, yeah, I just want to put her on the email, the group email if we can, Hunter,
Okay.
so.
Yeah, that would be great.
So we'll get that
Yeah.
email.
Okay. So that was my first asset. I have a couple more quick ones to show you. This one is going to be more for like Instagram and socials. Kind of just like more simple. I was thinking it would be like an Instagram story really, which I could put like the sticker on it that says like, click here to go apply or whatever. So this is just another asset that was more simple that I just made.
Hunter I don't think that orange is our color.
This was from our it says it should be from our like
It may not show up as our color on the computer.
And then depending on that TV screen too, sometimes, like what he's seeing on the screen might look different.
yeah, I'm using our brand colors. So it should be, but yeah, it might look
Because both the orange and the blue are a little off, but they may not be off.
Yeah, just on the screen, they
I
might
think
probably
it's the
look
TV
different.
monitor.
Mhm.
I see.
Maybe I can give you the Pantone code and you can just make sure.
I
Okay.
definitely have our brand deck somewhere, so I'll triple check for sure. Because it has, I know I've seen that the code before. Okay.
Pretty sure it's the fire, because that's not Adobe Red in the corner there either.
Okay,
Oh,
bring me
right,
down there.
yeah, exactly.
It's too light,
Yeah.
so there's something wonky with the red.
Um,
Oh yeah, this should be the same orange as this, but that's okay. I'll go and double check all the colors for that.
But that looks good.
It
And
does.
we would do this on
Instagram.
Facebook, Instagram.
And Twitter, yeah.
Or-
I was thinking, so something I did recently was kind of like post to our Instagram story and then take that and then repurpose it as like an Instagram grid, which it performed better than some of our others. I think a part of that was because I was using like a photo. I'll give it something a shot and I'll post this to all three of those social medias. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Okay, that can be talked about later. Yeah, that's it for me. That's it for the assets. And then we talked about the website.
So can I see the graphic that was at the top of the postcard again? Or and poster and postcard? So I think that's the one I would like to have as a standalone. But I mean, I can make an image out of it for MailChimp.
Oh, yeah, sure. Is there anything else that you would want me to add to this? So it like links to
No, because when I do the MailChimp, we already have our logo is embedded in those.
Okay.
So. And these colors show, the blues are perfect.
Really? Oh, interesting. I
Yeah.
wonder why.
Well, because they're photo, I don't know why, but they're perfect anyway.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll send this to you and then you can do whatever you would like with it as well.
They should be, right?
I didn't hear that last part. Sorry, Hunter, I was talking.
Oh,
We
I'll-
were
I-
sitting over here.
I was just saying I'll send it to you and then you can post it or do whatever you'd like with it. That's totally.
Yeah, I mean, what I'll do is I'll make a JPEG out of it. Don't worry about doing that for me. I can do it. And then what I need is words, and I guess it's the same words as we'll put on the website. I'm trying to avoid being the person who's writing the words
For the
But I-
MailChimp?
for MailChimp, but I mean, in other words, but it'll be pretty much, it should adhere to the words on the web that you've sent to us already, right?
Just
Yeah,
some similar language so we can be consistent, I think
Yeah.
is what, and she just doesn't want to have to be the one to do it.
totally.
Well, no, I'm not
Want me
being
to-
lazy. I want to make sure I'm just using what we're using everywhere else.
Yeah, understood. If you want, you could just take what's on the site page, and if you want me to add anything, I can add anything or subtract whatever you'd like. and
Oh,
I-
no, I mean, I'll do it. I'm just saying, I want to make sure on the MailChimp, I like that image. I'll use all of these words and then I'll have to cut them, not add to them, because everyone tells me I write too much in the MailChimp.
But maybe Hunter, we can just come up with some standard language that we can all use when we're talking about it. Blah, 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 blah.
Right. And then also, if you post it to our UNNC Facebook, whatever you do, then we can, I mean, like Siobhan, you probably have access to the Western Heights Facebook, is that right? Page? No, neither do I. So we'll find out who does, but I can do, or Dolores can, but there's Kinney Heights, there's Jefferson Park, Arlington Heights. I can do all three of those. And ask Liz Fuller to do West Adams Heights. I don't know who does Harvard Heights, and I'm not sure who's the Western Heights besides Krishna. Well, we'll find it out. We'll figure it out. But in other words, I can keep sharing is what I'm saying. It's like not start over.
It's probably Alex Chesters.
Oh, I know him. So I'll do that. So I'll ask Alex to share.
Cool. Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
That's it for me.
And Harvard Heights and Angeles Vista do not have, the person who had those two Facebook pages that were community driven has moved to the Midwest. So I just don't know what's happening with those pages.
And if you're more of a graphic designer than a writer, Hunter, I'm happy to take a crack at it. Comms is my bag of chips. So if you
Oh, nice. I'm more of a writer than a graphic designer,
Okay.
unfortunately.
I'll stay out- then I'll stay out of
it. That.
but if you find yourself behind an 8 ball at some point, I'm happy to help out.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. We'll take you up on that at some point for sure.
Okay. But it looks good.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and post the other asset. I guess the only other thing actually that I had is that they did submitted a like media toolkit for us to use. I've seen other like neighborhood councils posting their assets as well. I know we posted one last week because I didn't have anything approved yet. Should I continue to do that? Should I stop doing that?
Yeah.
Well, shouldn't we be I would say see what they're writing, but use our imaging, our colors.
Can you share it with us, Hunter? Because I feel like I did see it on Twitter.
Yeah, sure. Let me stop sharing my screen for a second so I can find it though. Yeah, I did post it on Twitter. How do I? Oh, I see. I should go through. Yeah, because they had a couple of them for different phases. Like I know they had them for like the later phases as well. Frankly, like I would like to continue using them because I don't necessarily have like a ton of time to be making new assets like every week for this. You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, but if we can use a mixture of ours and theirs or change the colors of theirs somehow.
So, and while you're looking for it, whatever number of postcards we had discussed, and I don't remember, we're in a really tight time frame and it's Christmas. What we're doing, we're not mailing postcards, we're putting postcards in places. But we're behind the 8 ball on that, and we should probably, if we still print the same number we had discussed, we will need to decide exactly where we're going, because Ever had a plan for a lot of places that I don't even know what he was
And I
gonna do.
guess the question is, do we still want to do that plan?
Well, I think, listen, we can put postcards at South LA, Cafe, which is,
Yeah.
I've asked, they said yes. We can put them at Surface, we can put them at Alibi Coffee, I'm sure that's a yes. And there's other coffee houses. His plan was to do more than that. I mean, he was like,
Yeah, but he's not here.
I
so
know-
we
I
need
know
to
that,
think
that's
of
why
our
I
own plan.
right, that's what I'm saying. He's not here.
Mailing to everybody.
Oh, too expensive. Yeah, and we
Yeah.
have to go through the board and,
We don't have budget.
but I guess.
I think he wanted to do things that were not just, for lack of a better description, gentrified places. You know, I think he wanted to.
But
like-
he's not here.
I
So
know.
unless you know what he wants, I'm like, let's scrap that, let's come up with
Well, we
something
have
else.
to scrap it, but
Okay.
I don't, therefore, do we need the number? But, or do we just get the number and just change the places? That's my question.
That's an excellent question. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the best thing would be to, unless we again look at the number that we had and say, all right, this is a gross misrepresentation. I think the amount that we have, we can then just divide and conquer and decide, okay, there's obvious places like this amount at certain public libraries. And I mean, even in Region 5 where I am, I live a few blocks from South LA Cafe, so I can drop them off there.
Right.
There's another local like bicycle shop that has a lot of different, community rides and stuff like that within my region. You can look at different places like that and then just agree on maybe different categories we don't want to miss or something. So we're not just all libraries, all restaurants or what have you. And kind of make sure that we get something out there. And then of course the social media will supplement that.
That's
Okay.
a great idea, David.
So we'll just print the same number. whether
Yeah,
it's-
I'll go back and look and see.
Well,
what the
because we
number
have
is.
the estimates. Yeah, the money was based on.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't have.
Just know.
It's gonna be in an older agenda packet for this committee.
I just set up this elections committee folder here, so.
No, but the agenda packet's in the Google Drive.
I know, but the
Oh.
meetings that he's held, wouldn't they have been, he held meetings here. So
Correct.
Where's the agenda? All of those things would have been in this folder.
No, he hasn't. We've only done Zoom. This first time. So I wasn't the
Oh, okay.
driver.
Oh,
Was I the driver? I could have been the
I
driver.
don't know.
My,
But it did make it, just not on this computer, so we'll have to go back. I'll find out what the number.
I mean, it may have been in the agenda packet for the governing board where we approved.
Yeah, I have it. I found it.
Oh, okay.
We were gonna have 200 of each of 200 English,
Language.
200 Spanish, and 200 Korean versions of them each.
Have they been translated yet? Do we know?
Oh,
Yes.
I haven't done it, and I don't.
Oh, then wait a minute. So do we just do 600 postcards?
No, why would we do
Well-
600? Oh, my goodness, sorry.
Well, what I mean is not 200 Spanish. Do we do more than 200 English and not try to do Spanish and Korean? The website has Spanish and Korean though, right? So
Check it out.
what we
Oh.
used to do on the postcards was say something in Spanish and in Korean to see the website. That's what the URL. So if there's let me look at last times and the time before and see if the language can become an image that you can then pop into this.
Right. I remember last time we were talking about it, and there's a tool that's already built into our website that translates it to
No, I'm
Spanish.
talking about for the postcard to print instead of trying to print we don't have the translation. Instead of trying to print 200 cards in Spanish and another 200 cards in Korean, which we don't have it.
I mean, I
is-
imagine we could get Spanish. I'm not completely fluent, but like I know Spanish enough to probably like proofread, and if we were to get it figured out, I think we could do Spanish, but I have no leads on how to
Okay.
do
Yeah,
that.
and I think we can use some AI tool to help us with that also. And why can't we ask Grace to help us with Korean? If we at least come to her with some AI version of it, she can look at it and make
Yeah, I'm
minor
down.
corrections.
Last time we talked,
You know what?
never
Lizzie's
really-
off school. Can I call Lizzie and see if she can do the Spanish?
Yeah.
Does that bother anybody? I mean, she may say no,
Yeah,
but
but we just need to ask her now, but yeah.
yeah.
I
mean,
mean,
we can
James
ask-
speaks Spanish too.
Oh,
Is fluent in Spanish. He did the translation for.
Oh,
somebody.
fine.
Yeah,
wait,
so-
I mean, so we're back
Okay.
to the question, do we
I think-
wanna do 200 in English, 200 in Korean, and 200 in Spanish? Still, that was Ever's plan. Is that still our plan?
Yes. I think
I would
so.
say yeah. The only thing is, if we want to get these out ASAP, we have to get it translated and edited by Friday, right? So
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Today's Tuesday, that gives us a few days, and we're still waiting on you to give us the exact graphic information, layout. So we just have to get it to you sooner so you can do it. And then I'll get it for Print Depot, and then I'll just let them know we need to have it, they don't work on the weekends, so.
They're not gonna work on Christmas Day, and they're probably only gonna work a half day for Christmas Eve, so then no, it's okay, then we're gonna. So after Christmas, we need to get them into places, so, and I'm not available the 26th either.
I'm
All
around.
right.
But on the 27th, 28th, we need to distribute if we can.
I'm happy
Maybe
to.
this is not a good plan. Okay, go ahead.
Well, they
The
have the
6th.
candidate filing ends
I
the
think January.
20th, January. So maybe we don't need to get, maybe what we're doing is doing getting them into places for people to sign up between January 2nd and the 20th. And
That's
not,
still a month.
not blaming ourselves or beating ourselves up
It's a
for
longer
not being
period
able
of
to do
time.
it.
I think honestly, it's a longer period of time, and then also like, just thinking of the new year, wherever we are placing these in businesses. People's attention span shorter than ever, so they're not to get washed out by new business handouts or et cetera, stuff like that. Again, if we are able to get them earlier, we can set a plan and try to pass these out, the 27th, 28th. But I think for now, like we said,
January 2nd.
right, he'll try to get us. He'll try to get us the graphic, we'll move forward with getting the translations. And if all else fails, we'll get it in by next week, so that top of the year, we have all the materials.
Okay, so that would be good, because it's a way to start, and we can also. Then in our media, in mail, I mean, we should promote it now, but we can kick off the new year with this campaign. And think of it as a New Year's resolution, kick off. So we can sort of theme some of our stuff around that. And then they still have, you're right, it's like, they still have 15 or 18 days.
It doesn't take more than 30 minutes tops to apply, so that's plenty of time. That works for me.
Right, well, because.
And that also gives us an opportunity we'll have our board meeting on the 9th, we can elect a chair, and then they can just, maybe the Monday, the 13th or 14th, they can get in here and start working.
Yeah, right, so that's all good. But we do need to talk, so elect a chair, but in the meantime, does that mean we have to tell the city clerk something. So is Paula de facto then the chair? That's what would have happened if we had never elected a chair. The president would be the
Right, so why
chair.
do we have to tell them anything? We don't have a chair, we won't have one until January the 9th.
Because she's sending communications to the chair?
Okay, well, we
Well,
have a committee.
I guess we need to tell Ever that if he starts getting so sorry that you're leaving us, really, really, truly sorry. If the clerk is communicating with you, please be sure to forward.
Yes, but I don't have a problem with us notifying her that we are without a chair. right
Oh.
now. And we have a committee, and please, until January the 9th, when the governing board meets, we won't have a chair. So if necessary, contact this group of people
As a group.
as a group.
Okay.
Seems reasonable. I mean, what do you think, Hunter?
Yeah, that works for me.
So I will copy all of you on that communication to her and to her boss. Just in case, because he's the one who resolved our troubles that we were having.
Anything else? Hunter, what else do we have on the agenda?
I think we should just move on and talk about other things. I'm going to go ahead and make the executive decision here to use some of those assets from the city, but sparingly. And if I can edit them to make them more along with our brand, I will do so.
Like change the colors to orange and blue.
Exactly. Yeah. Change the colors,
Right.
our logo or our little, our slogan or activate your voice, things like that. If they're editable.
Okay, I think that's a great idea, and it does take some of the pressure off of you, and I seen their toolkit, and it looks pretty good.
Right, I mean, and is it in Canva or are they just sending assets out?
No, so yeah, it's like a website with their toolkit, and it's just assets that you can download. It comes with proposed copy, but I haven't been using their copy because that's where I feel like we could use our brand voice a little bit more. But you just like download their asset and post it. But I have Photoshop, so if it's possible to like mess around with it a little bit, I'll try. Again, I'm not a super good graphic organizer or graphic designer, but I can make little edits here and there.
You want to pull up the agenda? I don't remember which.
Oh,
Well, the
yeah,
next one
sorry.
is round robin.
Yeah, I believe the
It's
next
just-
one was round robin. Let me find it.
Yeah. So we got an email saying that there's been only 3 applications and only 2 of the 3 are certified, which would be Hunter and David. So if you're the third.
That was my question as well.
Yeah,
Did you get you've already gone on the clerk's website and applied?
who sent you that email? We had 3 applications in.
No, but she sent it to all of you.
I
And
got it as well. Yeah, I got it as well.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
followed the process on the website, which was I emailed my application to 2 people with UNNC email addresses. President and someone else.
oh, you applied to us for the 6-month seat, not to the clerk for the election seat. We'll talk about it after
Do you want to run for office or you just want to?
Well,
President Paula Southern.
Yeah, no, remember, the seat she's applying for is vacant now. So you applied,
Okay, it's not one of the vacant seats.
it's also on the ballot.
Okay.
So there's two processes. Go ahead.
No.
Yeah, 'cause basically what you did is what I did when I
Mhm.
first found out about the open seat. So I emailed the both of them, but because my seat is up for re-election now, I've gone onto the city
Clerk's
clerk's website. And it takes like 15, 20 minutes and you'll put in some basic application information there and then using driver's license or something to verify, it'll have you.
Okay, so we need to apply there too.
Yeah,
Right, because the seat you're applying for direct will expire on June 30th. And on July 1, whoever wins the seat on the official election will.
No, for some.
And Siobhan, if you go to unnc.org/2025 election, it'll bring you to our page, which will have the direct link to the city clerk's application on it.
Is that linked to anywhere on the UNNC website right now?
Under election.
It should be. I'm
Is
going.
it on the homepage too, where it says, did Anne put in what she calls a news story, news blog?
Yes, yes. So on recent news, if on the homepage, it's the second thing that says join the United Neighborhoods Neighborhood Council. Good call. I didn't realize that.
More info about applying?
No.
You don't have to do the whole application right now, but I just wanted you to have the link so that way you knew where to find it.
He's trying to find it now, Hunter.
Okay.
So I guess it's a second news story, but I'm suggesting you go to elections. That's one of the drop downs, right, Hunter?
Yeah, I don't know if that will be there.
I'm looking,
That's where it should be. I could have them put that there as well, because that's the
Here's
most,
the elections page. I see mission, I see regular meetings.
yeah, I
see
don't think,
next meeting.
I see Siobhan in spam, or I see you here.
Okay, so it's not under elections. Where can she go on the website?
so it would be on the homepage, and then if you scroll down right under the map, it would be a photo of the map that says join the United Neighborhoods Neighborhood Council.
So on the main page, Simone? You went and see main page and then scroll down where the map graphic, then underneath there it should be.
Okay, you can declare the city clerk. We have a
I'm
user.
going to also put it on the election page. That makes sense.
What I'm trying to see is, because I have a different device, what do we see? Yeah, you know what? Hunter, you need to give Anne a direction. Which is what's showing up on the homepage on my device.
Mhm.
Is not, I mean, higher up than what you're talking about is become a leader in your community. UNNC has a few vacant positions, apply to join the board by October 16. So this was just from some random time when we had some vacancies. a year ago.
Oh, I see it. Okay, yeah, it does look different.
And
on
that should be
Kinda
very
like scroll.
common.
Yeah, I will just honestly update that with the new info because it should be more visible on the homepage. So
Right, and then recent news, I'm
yeah, it
still
should-
not finding it.
So
Yeah.
this is where I see it, Laura.
Yeah,
Under here,
right,
there's the map. When you click on that,
right.
you go here.
Yeah, yeah.
it should update.
Yes, it's just way down.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
just not high. That's all I'm saying.
You're right. I will make that change and cause for me
Yeah.
it's kind of like slide to get to that. So I'm just gonna try to put that all right on the main page so that way you can see
Right.
it going.
So right now, we're not really necessarily encouraging people to apply for the 6-month seat vacancies.
No.
Yeah, because, what I mean, we have a couple Eber's unexpected seat. We have Christopher's unexpected vacant seat.
Right. Those are the only two. All the other seats that are available now, even if
Are
they're
on the
short term, are open for election.
Correct, but we still have the vacancies, but we're not gonna push them until we see what happens with election filing on January 20th. Because if, how we approach then the appointments to fill this,
Yeah.
we'll never
But
be more
once
than,
again, if someone asks to be appointed,
correct,
I'm like, you need to run. We're having elections
course.
right now. Let's not try to get the people circumvent that process because it's a short term.
right,
You need to.
yeah, we're in agreement on that, so. The only question I don't know is, how does it match the calendar? Cause I think it doesn't match the calendar very well.
Well, I don't know
Okay.
if that's something we need to.
But it does. So January 21 is the executive committee meeting. So and elections close on January 20th. So it'll be an item, potentially appoint candidates to vacant positions could be on 21. It still ends in June. I mean, that was what we decided.
Yes,
We
but I don't know
definitely
why
just,
someone would want to come on the board for 6 months, knowing all the training that you have to do.
no, we might be asking some of the people who are running, but they can't join till the July 1 after the
If they
election
want
to help us fill our vacancies between February and June, because we are gonna have a lot of vacancies. We'll have quorum issues. But we don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, if there's 30 people running for office, we're not doing that, because who are we picking? And that's not fair. We
No,
can't
it's not.
give someone a leg up. So a leg up to spend their lives taking the training. And
All right.
investing all that time, but anyway, okay.
Okay, so round robin, this is for the round robin.
Yeah, this is anything else that we want to talk about for elections?
Well, I was just gonna bring up that email that it said we had 2 certified candidates, and one of them isn't certified. So I'm curious.
Yeah, so the third person, sometimes they haven't completed their application, or sometimes
They haven't verified their driver's
it's
license.
like, or something,
Okay.
so
So far, who are the applicants?
Hunter and
David
David.
and I.
Oh, yeah, I saw on the pictures, I don't know, yeah, and the third person, we think is Saban, but
But it isn't,
but it's
because
not.
No, it
Oh,
wouldn't
so
be.
third person is still waiting.
I sent an email out to the whole board today reminding them that they need to apply. And the sooner the better, so that way we know what seats don't have anybody competing for
So we
them
can
currently.
actually vote in that area.
Right.
I saw that Diana Cooper responded that she
Oh, wait,
appreciated that.
well, I didn't get that. See, you know how you didn't get an email? I didn't get that one either.
Yeah, you did one.
From Hunter?
Yeah, he sent it this afternoon, late afternoon.
Oh yeah, I sent it around 5:30 or something.
But I will say that situation, Ever sent out an email using his UNNC address, and Hunter realized the technical staff flew with that because he did not include me nor Hunter with our UNNC address. It did not get to us.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
I
we at least think that's what it is.
I've tried sending a couple emails from my UNNC address, and when it's not addressed to people at UNNC, it bounces back. I don't know if we don't have permissions to send it to other domains. You
Wow.
can look into it, but I haven't gotten a chance to
So
since.
is our system, because I haven't ever looked at it, is it a webmail based system or no? For sending emails?
I honestly,
Like, is it something like Round Cube? I mean, does it have stupid names like that? Webmail, but
it's isn't
you
it-
would know if it says Round Cube.
No, it doesn't say round cube for sure. What is the, I'm blanking on the site name that we use. What is it called again?
GoDaddy? What is our site name?
Uh,
Oh, no. Well, we have GoDaddy, but that's not the sign. It's SiteGround.
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 Yeah, it just brings you to like a little thing through them. I've never honestly seen a mail system like this before, but
Well, let me just say that before you took this on, none of us used, or most of us, to my knowledge, we were unable to send out emails with our UNNC.org email addresses. So people could send email to us, like someone could do teresa.masonet@UNNC.org, but there was no way for me to send an email out with UNNC.org.
Yeah.
So,
And no, I didn't get an email from Hunter today.
okay. Laura didn't
that might
get
have been that
But
might have
it's
been.
okay. I don't think you were meant to tell me not to run.
I think that was my fault because I got the whole list of people from just replying to like an email from,
Oh,
I think it was from you, so I probably hit reply all.
yeah,
copies,
yeah,
you
that,
weren't.
yes, I wouldn't have been in it. No, Paula did that. I mean, if you're using the email Paula used a few weeks, right before the board meeting or sometime,
I
she
think
did
is
that.
what it was. She
She
didn't include you.
left me off that email
I
because
used
it was an
it.
email I had sent to her. Yeah,
That's funny.
Oh. Yes, you are not on this email.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
My bad.
I'll forward it.
But it's okay. So the other question that I don't know the answer to that would be interesting to get from a clerk is if people sign up, like if I sign up to run at large, do I prefer to run at large? But then as time goes on, there's 12 people running at large and nobody running as an area 1 and we have 2 vacancies. Am I allowed to switch? Or do I need to just wait till almost the last minute so I can see how it's going? I know we don't know. This is rhetorical. That's a clerk question. I
Yeah.
don't know if they let anybody switch locations, as it were.
I'm not sure. I know you can like sign back on to your like application portal, but I don't know if it lets you change what seat you would be able
Right.
to do from there.
So,
I would hope that there would be a provision for people to shuffle around as needed. I
Right.
wouldn't want to discourage anybody from getting involved if they can't have the average seat
or vice versa.
or vice versa.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Right. Well,
It's just a matter of like, I'm sure that logging in and kind of switching the designation.
well, I'm not positive because, there was a case that led to a California Supreme Court where somebody was running for one position statewide and then decided instead wanted to run for a different one and was having trouble getting on that ballot, even though he was trying to, anyway. So I'm not sure it's all that easy in the world of city and county clerks.
So I
So-
do think it's important to try to meet people, but I think we need to go in and say, well, this is what I want to do. I want to represent this area. And I'm committed to doing that. I'm gonna go out, talk to my neighbors. I'm gonna get them, because this is also a complicated process where they're gonna have to request a ballot and then mail that ballot in. So it's not like they can just go to the library and fill out and mark a ballot.
Right.
So I'm hoping that people who do want to run actually go to their neighbors, let them, explain the process. If you're doing at large, that means you got a much larger area.
Higher chance of getting votes from friends, but on the other hand, so does everybody else who's running as at large.
Yeah, but the at-large still are within region.
Well, of course.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know,
I don't know. Well, anyway, so I was just gonna wait till after the holidays to sign in. When I say, because,
and then when you go in, you can see if you can change.
yeah, or I could.
Well,
or
yeah,
something.
if you email her,
Yeah.
please include us so
I'm-
that we can.
Yeah,
Okay.
right,
Then
but
I'll just-
we'll get rid of these questions. So we'll have one big important email, which is, ever had to resign, did he tell you? You know, so, because we don't even know if he told her. Right,
The clerk?
I think it's mainly responding to the
us,
board, yeah,
yeah,
that he had to step away.
yeah, but I mean, I didn't see Naima, this is the person from the city, so it's like, who's our clerk. I didn't see, she wasn't copied on that. So, but he may
I don't
have,
think that he probably didn't tell her. I wouldn't know to tell the clerk that I was resigning.
yes, but he's had emails with her because he's the chair.
Uh-huh.
So, and so he knows, but he may not, I mean, it sounded very distressing what was going on with his family, so he may not be thinking about it. So, okay, I don't know. I'm just a little worried that that, you know, we're not gonna have enough candidates, so let's.
And you know this, Hunter, we have been, the past few elections, we have been woefully unsuccessful. We people get 2 or 3 votes, we do not get enough candidates. This was an opportunity for us to like, ooh, let's try something new. We have a committed chairperson and Hunter's doing all these great designs. We're gonna, you know, really use our social media, and now we're back to handing out postcards again and trying to generate interest that way.
Well, let's excitedly hand out the postcards. Well, why not,
If we're running, I mean, or I guess I should read whatever's on the state clerk's website, but I'm assuming I'm free to go and knock on doors and reach in. for
correct,
And if I wanna
absolutely.
hand out a flyer that I've printed at home.
You,
Here's when the election is.
They, and they are running some webinars, right?
Oh, yes,
How to
absolutely.
be a candidate, they are doing that.
Yeah, can you send those to her? Maybe
The
on
links.
the Dunn website, Department of Empowerment, they have
They must
many
have
links to help candidates. Things, ways to promote yourself, here are some different, it's a lot, really good information.
Right.
So I could- yeah,
So, you know, obviously, running to be appointed to the board is quite different than running to win an election.
nobody wants to be appointed. You send a letter.
No, when you're trying to be appointed, you you have the opportunity to write 6 or 7 short essays to us, right? You saw the application and then meet with us and tell us who you are and why you want it. And it's completely different on the election, which at this point is just gonna be vote by mail. So you get 100 words on the website. And then the rest is up to you if it's a competitive election.
Right, and if it's
To create your own material and knock on doors. You know, so what
But
we're
we
trying to
can
do
do
is,
it.
as a committee, is create a competitive election. Which is why it's behooves us to have an actual election chair who's not running.
I don't know if we're trying to make it competitive, we're just trying to get candidates.
Well, that too.
You know, it's more about making sure for each region, and Hunter chime in, that we have somebody who wants to represent that area. We don't need to have 2 people vying, trying to get the most, just somebody who's willing to make a commitment to be on the board, to be on a committee and represent the people in their zone, the area, the region, so.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be nice to have, you know, a competitive race everywhere, but as long as we have candidates for every region, that's really the main goal. It would be
Right.
to come out of the election with less people than we started with, which right now it's
Looking that way, it's unfortunate. Yeah. All right,
Okay, Hunter, you
and
have
on that
anything else?
negative note,
oh,
but on a positive note, what I was going to say is. When we go to some of these coffee houses with our postcards, so, you know, the librarians when we go to the library, we're just gonna leave the cards. But when we go to South LA Cafe or Alibi, what we wanna ask is for the manager and the baristas to, you know, talk to them so that they can also tell their customers, you know, that table over there that has all those great other postcards, you know, why don't you look them over? Because one of them is for your neighborhood council. So I mean, we need to at least engage in that PR, one-on-one PR with these businesses so that they direct people to where they can grab a postcard, but, you know, and hope for the best. Because you know, otherwise,
Any places in Koreatown, anybody have, we can,
I certainly Koreatown Galleria.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
kind of far away from our boundaries.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we're our boundary, we're
Chupico.
Chupico. Chupico, so,
Just, yeah, some could be real sure.
right,
If I was able to drive that, I feel like. I think that could be something we try to, think
mean-
in the next week too, is
Right.
just, like we said, as we have that plan where we wanna try.
Right.
And it could just be a matter of opening up the Google Maps on your phone,
Right.
forgetting places you.
Doing a couple lady donuts.
Yeah.
And everybody keep a list. If you drop some postcards off, keep that list and maybe we can have a comprehensive
Right.
list. We
Yeah.
can look back and say, well, we did leave some here.
Yeah.
and we did stuff here.
right. And Grace, Grace, who has walked lots of miles, might have some ideas. She is not running. Okay. I'm trying to get, but she's, at the moment, she's not running.
Oh,
No, she's not leaving the board. She's gonna fill out her term.
does she have 2 years left? Just how long?
This is it, June
Oh,
30th.
June. Oh, okay.
Yeah, June 30. I'm trying to talk her into running. I mean, she could run for the 2-year term, she doesn't, no, I guess you can't. What the clerk did do on their website is they just arbitrarily said, person who gets the most votes gets the 4-year seat, person who gets lesser votes gets the 2-year seat.
Oh.
Which may or may not, I mean, the person who gets the most vote might want the 2-year seat, but I think we could work that out later.
Always want to finagle that. role.
Yeah.
Just,
No, I think we could just work it out later if that should happen. But the clerk just made that decision, didn't ask. So,
it seems fair, just to be quite honest. I received the most votes, so I am entitled to having a seat.
unless you don't want it.
Yeah,
Unless you
and then
want
that's when they
unless you want a 2-year seat.
Uh,
So, okay.
Okay, so, but yeah, we have to figure out what we're gonna do.
Okay,
All right. Anything else, Hunter?
Yeah, just one quick thing. So last week, Eberhard sent me the contact info of 2 people who were interested in the board. I didn't do anything with it because I didn't think I needed to, but I just reached out to both of them via email and sent them the webpage on our site with the link to apply. So hopefully we'll have 2 more people applying.
Oh,
That's good.
excellent.
good.
Okay.
And then Hunter, I sent you separately, I did send you an email this week, yesterday, day before, that came into me that looked like spam, but it's also possibly truthful.
Yeah, I just saw it in my spam like an hour before.
Oh, great. So the thing is, there are some random UNNC emails like com@unnc.org and planning@unnc.org.
Mhm.
Planning is the one that comes to me, and I got this random spam-like email saying that I've used up all my storage. But the truth is, I've never gone in there, so I could have used up all my storage. And do you have the ability to check, or do I need to, is that a Norman Gilmore question?
You're concerned that the planning@unnc.org might be full? That's
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Yes,
check.
because,
To me,
yeah, because
this-
I get, most of my emails from the planning department go to that email.
Yeah, to me, this is looking like spam just because at the bottom it says like round.
Yes, it looks like spam to me too. It just triggered in my mind that, yeah, right, I haven't actually ever looked at the inbox to see if it's getting full. The email itself, I'm not replying to. It's like, no.
Yeah. Let me check. I don't know if I have the password to that in the doc off the top of my head, but I might. So let me check and
I
I'll
think it's on the spreadsheet.
It is? Okay, then yeah, I'll go
I think
in.
it is. Okay,
Okay, we're ready to adjourn if you are, Hunter.
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, so we are adjourned.
all right.
Everybody, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Yes.
Yes, okay, bye, Hunter.